Right now at 5, a man is arrested following the fatal shooting of another in Carthage, Missouri.
We have an alert day for tomorrow. Today is your action day to get things done. We'll go over what we're expecting as we head into Tuesday coming up.
Plus, the McDonald County Band Program is raising money one mattress at a time.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 5 a.m. I'm Elise Noe.
And I'm Chris Warner. It's Monday. It is February the 17th.
Yes.
And boy, we have got, spoken with Doug.
Right.
This is now in terms of snow totals. And I know he's going to have some new information tonight. But after having already spoken with him through the weekend, this is now looking exactly like the February snowstorm 14 years ago in 2011. Those of you who were here in 2011, you may remember, we got about 18 to 20 inches of snow.
Wow.
And it crippled this area for about 3 days. Unfortunately, we are looking to go right down that same path again as we head into tomorrow. So it's just a few days later than when we had 14 years ago. We got to get you out the door today. And for many of you, this may be the only day you get out the door this week. And for kids at school, I know most schools, if not all of them, are out of class today for President's Day. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know that the kids will go back to school this week at all because the other issue we're facing is the dangerous cold. We're talking about the fact that this snow will happen and then it will be cold all the way through at least Sunday, where we're not looking at any real opportunities for melting to take place. But let's get you through Monday, as if that wasn't enough to cover. Let's get through Monday. Quick look outside, downtown Pittsburgh. Again, take a nice, good look at these roadways because in about 24 hours, they will not look like this whatsoever. That's the fascinating part to weather about me is we know what's coming, and it's so weird, it's surreal to look out and know that in 24 hours or less, this landscape here will be completely different than what we're seeing right now. KDOT camera 69, East 520th Avenue, south of Pittsburgh. We're looking good there as well. And same from the MoDOT camera, 20th and Rangeline in Joplin. Again, for the time being, we are all right. Something has changed overnight tonight. Winter storm warnings now for the entire area running through Wednesday early morning. The earlier ones up north expire about 3 a.m. Most of us, though, they run through at least 6 o'clock on Wednesday morning. And so here's the thing, as I mentioned, today is your action day. Do what you need to do. If you've got to run to the store, get that done. Take care of things because, you're not necessarily worried about significant severe weather by any means. We're at a point where most of us are not going to be able to leave our homes once this snow falls. So now's the time to get ready. For today, though, and that's why I'm saying today is the best day to do it. We're looking at chilly temperatures, a little below normal, upper 30s, low 40s. Clouds increasing with a light east breeze, so nothing too bad. And right now, again, through most of today, we are dry. We're going to be fine. Now's your chance to get out and take care of what needs to be taken care of. Cold right now, though, this morning. We've got temperatures into the mid to upper teens. And even with the light breeze, as we talked about, it makes it feel a lot colder. It feels like 1 in Stockton. We've got single digits and low teens in terms of those wind chills across the area. Again, upper 30s, maybe some low 40s. Clouds increasing. We don't worry about the snow until after midnight tonight. We're going to talk about that snow. We're going to talk about the latest totals. We're going to talk about everything you need to know about it to get ready here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, Chris, thanks. Well, an investigation is ongoing after reports of gunfire on West 5th Street in Joplin early Saturday morning. Witnesses downtown say countless rounds were fired, one saying they heard more than 15. Officers in the area also reported hearing the gunshots on scene. Joplin police officers gathered shell casings around the intersection of 5th and Joplin Avenue. The police were unable to locate the suspects, although they were described as 2 males dressed in all black. Police did not find any evidence of injury. Bullet holes were located in nearby vehicles. Officers are now in the process of gathering video camera footage. A man is in custody after the fatal shooting of a 22-year-old in Carthage. Elijah Hardy was located in Galena, Kansas, and taken into custody. He is charged with homicide. The shooting took place in the 300 block of West Vine in Carthage. On scene, first responders performed life-saving measures on a 22-year-old male before he was rushed to Mercy Carthage. However, the young man, whose name has not been disclosed, died from his injuries. Well, 2 people are injured after a house fire in Sarcoxie, Missouri. Firefighters battled what was reported as a 2-story structure with flames. Firefighters also had to deal with tough conditions with slick roads and a wind chill of 2 degrees. The house was deemed a total loss. No firefighters were reported as injured. And to be the first to see breaking news, weather, and sports, you can download the KOAM News app. It's available free of charge in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Just search for the KOAM News app. Well, the McDonald County High School Band Program held a fundraiser selling mattresses at a lower discounted price. KOAM's Mitch Adams brings us more details.
At the end of every night, you most likely end up in the same spot. A good mattress can make the difference between healthy sleep and waking up on the wrong side of the bed.
A lot of people are always looking for a mattress. A lot of people are looking to replace their mattress every few years. So the money is going to help us out because we're obviously fundraising for the band program.
Some fundraisers sell items like cookie dough or trash bags, but after hearing about the mattress sales from other band directors, the band decided to give it a go.
We saw them at a music directors conference, and we decided to just kind of go and give it a try. And it worked for us last year really well. We earned about $5,000 in just one day, so we'll see if we can keep it rolling.
One band student told us about how this way of raising money has impacted their program positively and how it's helping students pay for a trip to Chicago in April.
It's helped us a lot because for like the big trip, it's expensive in Chicago and we need a lot of money, and like mattresses are expensive. It's like $1,000, and like the scaling of how much we get is a lot if you really think about it. And it's really helpful. Like I'm almost done fundraising, and we need like $1,000 per person, which is a lot, and it's really helpful.
In McDonald County, Missouri, Mitch Adams, KOAM News.
Now, apart from helping fund a trip to Chicago, the money raised will also go towards buying and repairing instruments and paying contest fees. And that's a look at this morning's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes coming up on the KOAM Morning News. Missouri Southern and Pitt State basketball travel on the road over the weekend. We'll have those details. Plus, Shakira was forced to cancel her concerts in Peru after being hospitalized. And we're tracking snow chances for tomorrow. We'll have what to expect with Chris Warner in the Skywatch Weather Center. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back.
Well, the baseball season is just getting started for the Crowder Rough Riders. Crowder came into the weekend facing Iowa Western, and the Rough Riders split a doubleheader with the Reavers on Friday. We go to Saturday's game. Crowder aiming to win the series over Iowa Western. We're going to start top of the first inning with Eli Crecelius getting the start on the mound. Dane Most hits a fly ball into shallow left field. It falls down for an RBI single. Iowa Western gets on the board first and leads 1-0. But Crecelius starts to settle down. He throws a big-time breaking ball to strike out the next batter. That will end the inning. So we head to the bottom of the first. Skylar Graham belts one into the gap. That goes clear to the fence, and that'll score a pair of runs as Graham goes into second base with a 2-run RBI double. Crowder takes a 2-1 lead. Next batter, Dylan Atherton, goes to the opposite field, and that's a base hit. That'll score another run. That RBI single extends the Rough Rider lead to 3-1. So we go to the second inning. Ducks on the pond once again for Crowder. This ball looks like trouble in the outfield, but the shortstop Cooper Neville comes over to make a really nice play on the run. Close game all day, but Iowa Western comes away with a 9-8 win over Crowder. We go from outdoors to indoors as the Crowder women's basketball team faces off against Mineral Area College. In the first quarter, Addison Roberts going to shoot a 3 off the dribble. That one is good from the top of the key. So next possession, Roberts goes back to work as she drives in the lane and finishes the layup. That gives Crowder a 1-point lead. We go to the second quarter. Rough Riders find momentum right here. Aubrey Wilson fires a 3 and she connects. A few minutes later, the Rough Riders get a boost off their bench from Lexi Winton. She drains a 3 and that ties the game. Crowder continues their scoring spree to close out the half. And here's Jada Turner, who makes a nice cut to the basket. She gets the hook jumper to go through. And then Addison Roberts carries on with her big day. She knocks down another 3-ball. Crowder hangs on to win a hard-fought game. Rough Riders go on to beat Mineral Area 73-68. Missouri Southern men's basketball won their game against Northwest Missouri State for the first time since 2018. Southern continued their road trip as they faced Missouri Western on Saturday. Lions squaring off with the Griffins for the first time this season. Southern led at halftime in this one, but the second half was a different story. Missouri Western beats Missouri Southern 79-67. Missouri Southern women's basketball looking to bounce back after a loss. Lions also facing the Griffins, just like the men. Similar result here. Missouri Western takes down Southern 77-67. However, Mackenzie Hart scores 17 points against her former team. Up in Maryville, Pitt State men's basketball riding a 4-game winning streak coming into the weekend. Gorillas are starting to get hot at the right time. Pitt State wins 89-77. 6 different players scored in double figures for PSU. And last but not least, Pitt State women's basketball faces a tough road test Saturday. They had the battle in this one, but Pitt State wins 61-59. Gorillas have now won 14 straight games, and they are still undefeated in the MIAA. Over to Division I college hoops, Mizzou taking on Georgia Saturday. Tigers led by 2 with under a minute left in the half. Asa Newell comes in for the slam that ties the game, but the second half would belong to Mizzou. Tamar Bates finds the space he needs. That's a big-time dunk. Tigers lead by 6. A little later in the game, Anthony Robinson comes away with the steal. He goes the other way and throws it down on the other end. Next possession, it's going to be Robinson again. He stops, pops, and connects with a triple. He finished the afternoon with 15 points. Over a minute left to play. Tony Perkins gets loose on the inbounds play, and then he throws it down with a posturizing dunk. And Mizzou rolls over Georgia, 87-74. Still to come, a new study shows that brake dust from your vehicle braking may harm your lungs more than diesel exhaust. Plus, another check of that snowy forecast for an Alert Day Tuesday when we come back. Welcome back to the KOM Morning News. 5:17 now on this Monday morning. We're going to dive right into what's going on as we head into Tuesday. So Tuesday is an alert day because we've got a significant amount of snow coming. Those of you who were here in February of 2011 may remember right around Valentine's Day, we got somewhere from 18 to 20 inches of snow. And it really hit this area hard. That's unfortunately what we're looking at as we head into Tuesday. So our impact's high for the snow, the cold, and the wind, because that's going to be the other problem we face. We're looking at gusty winds, which is going to lead to dangerously cold temperatures and wind chills out there, but could also lead to blowing snow, which could significantly impact visibilities. So if travel wasn't going to be hard enough tomorrow, it's going to be even more difficult, more dangerous with the wind blowing, which could again reduce those visibilities. Overnight, in fact, since I got here, I saw this change take place. The entire area is now under a winter storm warning. Now again, 5 different offices, but most of them agree. The majority of these, all of them run through early Wednesday morning. They have some slightly varying expiration times, but it is safe to say that through Wednesday morning, this is what we are looking at in terms of the alerts out there. On top of that, you remember they changed things. They got rid of like the wind chill warnings and things like that. We have cold weather advisories in this darker blue. And then we have extreme cold warnings in this other blue shade here. And that is simply indicating we're talking wind chills well below zero. We're talking temperatures dropping below zero over the next 24 hours. And that becomes the other concern with the snow, is the fact that we're not going to have an opportunity to get a lot of melting done over the next few days after this snow falls. So again, today, as I mentioned earlier, this is your action day. If there is something you need to do, if you need to stock up on something, there's something you want to get, somewhere you want to go, Now is the time to do it. Today is the day because we're going to be dry. Clouds will increase. We'll have a light easterly breeze and temperatures into the upper 30s and low 40s, so pretty chilly. We go overnight tonight, maybe even as early as 2 o'clock in the morning. We're going to start to see snow pushing into the area. The really heavy snow will begin just shortly after this, and it will continue through the day on Tuesday. So here's the thing, too, for schools, and I want schools to really take this seriously, and I'm sure a lot of you have already got plans in place. You could possibly get kids to school tomorrow morning, but if you do that, you're running an extremely high risk that those kids will not leave that campus for a couple of days because you will not be able to get them home by the afternoon. So you need to be proactive now. You may go out and check tomorrow morning and roads are not that bad, but if you send kids to school tomorrow morning, I almost guarantee you they will not be able to get back home by the afternoon. We are talking very heavy snow. We are talking very dangerous, if not impossible travel. And here we are at noon. Snow across the entire area. Temperatures falling. We'll have early highs into the upper teens, maybe some low 20s before temperatures begin to fall through the day. Gusty northeast winds. I cannot emphasize enough how much you should not do anything tomorrow other than be at home, okay? Be at home. You can look out the window and you can see how pretty the snow is as it falls because you do not want to be out in it. Here we are Wednesday morning. Take a look at these temperatures. Single digits for just about everybody to start the day. And it will not get any warmer, by the way. Take a look. This is noon on Wednesday. It is still in the single digits for many of us out there. Could have a few flurries. We'll have mostly cloudy skies before we eventually get some clearing done. Here's a look at totals, and I'm going to tell you right now, in a number of cases, they're probably going to be a little higher than that for some of us, but you can see we're looking at anything from 8 to upwards of 20 inches of snow, depending on where you are, with the heavier bands right through the central core of the area. So do not go out unless it is an emergency on Tuesday, okay? Partly cloudy through the morning, teens to start, upper 20s by 11. Our highs today, again, upper 30s, maybe some low 40s, east winds 5 to 10. And then it'll be cold tonight. Snow starts after midnight, alert day tomorrow, heavy snow, wind, very windy out there, very dangerously cold temperatures over the next few days. That's why we're not going to see much melting until we get into the weekend as temperatures begin to warm. But then take a look at that. A week after we get 18 inches of snow, it's going to be almost 60 degrees. That's Check Your Forecast. Back with Health Watch right after this.
Topping Health Watch this morning. Your lungs may have an enemy you haven't likely considered, and a simple driving action you do daily may be hurting them. A new study done by the University of Southampton in England says airborne brake dust from regular stop-and-go driving could do more harm to your lungs than even diesel engine exhaust. Now, the study says tiny particles that come off of brake pads can enter your air sacs where oxygen enters your blood. Researchers compared various types of brake pads and found copper-enriched ceramic brake pads caused more stress and inflammation than other pads, and copper brake dust can cause lungs to think they're starved for oxygen. Now, the scientists also say brake dust is largely unregulated and contributes up to 55% of all traffic-related fine particulates in urban areas. Well, intermittent fasting is a dieting regimen that's become popular, but scientists in Germany say it's important to realize popular dietary trends aren't one size fits all and to take into account age-related differences. They say research on mice indicates that while intermittent fasting may be beneficial for older people, it may not be a good strategy for adolescents and young adults. Now, the study found off and on fasting over 5 weeks is safe for all age groups, but long-term intermittent fasting over 10 weeks caused problems with insulin production that resembled early-stage type 1 diabetes in young subjects. Now, they say the older mice benefited from the extended fasting periods because their insulin-producing cells worked better and they showed improved blood sugar control. An Arizona clinic is offering hope to skin cancer patients through a new clinical trial for skin cancer. The trial attempts to help treat patients with recurrent squamous cell carcinoma. Dominic Newland has more.
Alliance Dermatology in Phoenix has a new addition coming to their patient care, and especially when it comes to skin cancer. A new treatment called Alpha Dart.
Alpha DaRT is a very innovative therapy. It actually is a localized anti-cancer treatment. It's basically these very small seeds that are implanted into the tumor directly.
Dr. Jazz says squamous cell carcinoma is one of the most common types of skin cancer in Arizona due to our state's high year-round UV exposure. And for those diagnosed, this trial can help the cancerous tumor.
The patients come in, and in one session, these small seeds are implanted into the tumor under local anesthesia. And then the patient can go home and they carry on with their daily routine.
The treatment deploys alpha particles directly into the tumor, destroying it from the inside out without damaging healthy tissue and minimal downtime.
These are very targeted ways of destroying tumor cells without affecting healthy tissue. Because usually either we cut out the tissue, this is Mohs surgery, we radiate it from outside, pretty effective, but it's multiple sessions. This treatment is a one session.
Dr. Jazz's office started the trial this week and will be the first site in Arizona to conduct the trial.
That's a look at Health Watch. You're watching the KOAM Morning News.
And we've got an alert day for Tuesday with that heavy snow on the way. We'll have another look at your forecast when we come back.
Right now at 5:30, Watered Gardens holds its grand opening for a brand new marketplace.
And while we're all right for today, we have an alert day for Tuesday. We'll have a look at that forecast to get you out the door on our Monday coming up.
Plus, the Southeast Kansas Humane Society gets a few extra helping hands from Pitt State.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 5:30. I'm Elise Snowy.
I'm Chris Warner. It is Monday. It's February the 17th. And today, as we mentioned earlier, is your action day.
Yes.
If there's something you need to do, something you need to buy, something you need to stock up on ahead of the snow tomorrow, today's the day to do it because you are running out of time. I've spoken to some folks already between Walmart and at least Sam's Club, both running low on things already because thankfully people are heeding the alert. They're taking the precautions. You're getting ready for tomorrow, but you're running out of time to get ready. So hopefully you're ready. Yeah. And I'm going to be honest with you. We're making plans here in the event that some of us morning folks can't leave tomorrow afternoon. So
Yes.
That's the thing. That's how dangerous travel is going to be tomorrow as well. Let's start though with today. Some of you going to work today, you got to know what to expect. Or if you're heading out today to get prepared, you got to know what to expect. Quick look outside downtown Pittsburgh. Again, it is just incredible to think, because we know what's coming, how this scene is going to change in the next 24 hours. It's peaceful, it's calm, it's serene, it's clear, it's lovely. It's pleasant. It will not be that way by this time tomorrow morning as snow starts to roll into the area. Same here, KDOT camera 69 East 520th Avenue. And we'll head over to the MoDOT camera 20th and Range Line in Joplin. Again, everything looks fine for now. But again, we are counting down to this business. Winter storm warnings, and this changed overnight. If you went to sleep last night, this map probably didn't look like this. Winter storm warnings across the entire area now, running through Wednesday morning. So as we mentioned, today is your action day. We are expecting the wintry impacts within less than 24 hours at this point. Get your plans ready, get what you need ready, because now is the time, because you will be out of time in less than 24 hours. So today, take a look. Looking all right, partly cloudy skies to start, then clouds will increase as we head into the afternoon. Temperatures chilly, upper 30s, low 40s out there, so not quite where we should be, but not as bad as it's about to be, and clouds will continue to thicken up as we head into the late evening hours. It won't be until after midnight that we start to see the opportunity for snow increase. We have upper teens out there and low 20s across the region as well. And we do have wind chills hanging out into the single digits and into the teens across the area this morning. So it does feel very cold, and we've got dangerously cold weather on the way as we head into our Tuesday and Wednesday. So again, today clouds increasing. We're talking upper 20s, some low to mid 30s out there. We're otherwise going to be chilly. It's going to be, again, very cold across the region. So that's everything that we are going to have to deal with. And we will, again, break down everything we're expecting with your full forecast here in just a few more minutes. Gardens Ministries held its grand opening for its new marketplace on 220 West 2nd in Joplin.
Bathroom.
Of the ministry, music and snacks were available for folks to enjoy while they shopped on Saturday.
It's taken a phenomenal amount of work to get the store off the ground. We've priced like over 10,000 items, so we're going to have people going through clothing, hanging them, pricing them, putting stuff out on the floor, doing customer service, working at our cash registers. Making sure the store is tidy and neat and presentable.
Now, the ministry's workshop goods will also be on sale at the market. James River Church in Joplin put together care packages to give out to Joplin area homeless encampments and nursing homes. The outreach is a part of James River's monthly Saturday Serve, where members of the congregation participate in various service projects for the community. Items in the packages include hygiene products, blankets, snacks, and a Bible.
Serving the needs of our community at James River Church is a really big deal to us. We want to be the hands and feet of Jesus, and so we're thankful for the Sundays and the Wednesday services we have week after week and the thousands of people that are a part of that. But we know this, we also want to be out in the community making a difference. We want to see poverty decline. We want to see crime decline.
Members of Alpha Gamma Delta's Epsilon Kappa chapter volunteered at the Southeast Kansas Humane Society. Sorority sisters did tasks like make puppy pads, walk dogs, play with puppies, and the Humane Society's new three-legged cat named Captain Hook. The event is a part of Alpha Gamma Delta's National Week of Service.
I really just like getting to spend time with my sisters while also doing good for the community. It makes me feel good to give back to the community in various ways, whether that's with people, with animals. It's just a very good, diverse experience that we all get to experience together.
The Epsilon Kappa chapter also volunteered at the Lord's Diner and the Salvation Army. It also helps artists choose what skills they want to develop throughout 2025. The workshop also focuses on how art forms and the Pittsburgh art community can expand the art scene in the city.
I really like to be part of an artist community. I want to talk to other creative people. I want to share stories about, sort of where we're finding successes, where we're meeting obstacles, and kind of think through that. Sometimes I really need an outside perspective.
The class also dives in on what you need to join the business side of art as well. That's a look. This half hour on the KOAM Morning News, at least 15 people during a stampede at a railway station in India. Officials head to Saudi Arabia to help in the war in Ukraine. We'll have the latest. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. Topping World Watch, Shakira says her doctors have told her she is in no condition to perform. The 48-year songwriter from Colombia released the information Sunday afternoon in a statement on her Instagram and X accounts. She reportedly has an abdominal problem. The singer arrived in Peru Friday evening and she was scheduled to perform Sunday and today. The country is the second stop on her Latin American tour following 2 nights in Brazil last week. In her statement, Shakira said she hopes to recover soon. An event meant to celebrate an extremely rare Hindu event in India turns into a terrible tragedy in a railway station. Now, officials 15 people were killed during a stampede as people attempted to board a train trying to head to the site of the Mahakumbha Hindu Video shows people trying to pack already crammed rail cars through narrow doors and even train windows. Victims who were crushed to death were brought to a New Delhi hospital. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi expressed deep distress at the deadly stampede. The festival is a 6 weeks long event that happens only every 144 years to celebrate in Hindu tradition of the gods' victory over demons. And officials from the U.S. are Saudi Arabia for Ukraine-Russia peace talks. Ukrainian President Zelensky claims Ukraine was not invited and warned his country will not accept a deal made without representation during discussions. Meanwhile, President Trump told supporters on Sunday that Ukraine will be involved in talks, and Special Envoy Steve Witkoff was already with Russian President Putin for about 3 hours. Alex Hogan has more from London.
Nearly 3 years after Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, top U.S. and Russian officials are set to meet in Saudi Arabia for peace talks.
We'll be having meetings at the direction of the president, and hopefully we'll make some really good progress with regard to Russia-Ukraine.
The goal of the meeting is to start conversations about finding a permanent end to the war, but political terms are being kept under wraps.
This can't be ended on the battlefield.
Peace is not a noun, it's a verb, it's an action. You have to take concrete steps towards it.
The meeting comes less than a week after President Trump spoke on the phone with Russian President Vladimir Putin, and allies are concerned the White House might be offering concessions to the Kremlin.
The President expressed his desire to see an end to this conflict in a way that was enduring and that protected Ukrainian sovereignty. One phone call does not make peace. One phone call does not solve a war as complex as this one.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said Ukraine was not invited to participate in the discussions and will, quote, never accept a peace deal unless Ukraine is at the table.
There is no any leader in the world who can really make a deal with Putin without us.
Nobody, again, knows Russians more than us. We had rounds and rounds of discussions with them.
Yeah.
And we are defending not just Ukraine, but essentially all the civilized countries from this evil.
Secretary Rubio and Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov have already talked about each other's governments working together in the future.
And that's a look at some of your biggest headlines from around the world. We will be right back. Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 5:45 on this Monday morning. We have an alert day for Tuesday, and, well, this is part of why. We're expecting high impacts from snow, cold, and wind. Maybe a little bit of ice, a little bit of stuff like that, but this is going to be our biggest concern here. So the snow, of course, because we are expecting the most snow we have seen in 14 years. It was February of 2011. The last time we saw as much snow as what we're expecting at this point. It also will be dangerously cold, and we'll have the winds out there gusting, which again ties into the dangerous cold and also ties back to the snow concerns, because we're talking gusty winds that are going to significantly reduce visibilities during periods of heavy snow. Okay, here's what we're looking at. Again, if you're just joining us, since last night, in fact, since I got here at about 3:30 this morning, this has changed. We now have winter storm warnings for the entire area, at least our entire coverage area through Wednesday morning. So I know yesterday there were some winter storm watches that were still in place. All of it, winter storm warnings now. In addition, we have cold weather advisories in this dark blue color and extreme cold warnings in the lighter blue, the regular blue, I don't know, that blue color there. Again, these are new alerts that were created to replace wind chill warnings and things of that nature, so I'm still not 100% up on the color scheme, but you kind of get the idea. And what they're telling us, though, is we are talking temperatures below zero, and we're also talking wind chills well below zero over the next 2 or 3 days, which is the other concern of the snow not going anywhere. That's the other thing we have to worry about. So today is your action day. All right, if you've got something you need to do, you don't need to panic. Don't get in the car and floor it to the store and get into fights with people over the last package of bread or whatever. But you want to make sure you're stocked up. You want to make sure you're ready to go, because I'm going to tell you, with the cold that's going to follow, you're not going to be able to really get out for maybe a day or two out there, okay? Here's what we're looking at. Today, upper 30s, low 40s, clouds increasing, not a bad day. Now's your time to get stuff done, because before we go on the air tomorrow, we are looking at that snow starting to roll in after midnight, and here we are at 2 a.m. Doesn't look impressive yet, but don't worry, it will start to impress you by the time the sun comes up. Here we are at 5 a.m., snow continuing, temperatures early highs into the upper teens and low 20s, and then temperatures dropping through the day on Tuesday as the snow builds in and we get those gusty northeast winds. That goes back to schools. I know most of the schools, you've probably already got your plan. You're all probably, without officially announcing it yet, you're probably already canceled for tomorrow. You're just waiting to see for sure. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you aren't already planning to cancel tomorrow, if you send kids to school tomorrow morning, you'll probably be able to get them there. You will not be able to get them back. It is going to deteriorate that quickly. It's going to get that bad. I know some districts kind of base that judgment on how roads are in the morning. You can't do that tomorrow because, yeah, roads may be all right in the morning, but by the afternoon, they're not. They're not going to be safe at all. Nobody should be out unless it's an absolute emergency. Snow continues through most of Tuesday. We are talking at least 12 to 15 hours of consistent snow, heavy at times. Overnight into Wednesday, we're into the single digits, maybe even a little below zero, and that's the temperatures, not the wind chills. North winds on Wednesday, breezy, maybe some flurries, and eventually some clearing will take place. So, what are we talking about with snow? We're talking about a lot of snow. We are talking about anywhere from, let's say, about 9 to 20 inches possible of snow with the heavier bands in this central core right here, okay? You don't want to mess around with this. I remember 14 years ago seeing cars abandoned on streets in Joplin because they tried to get out and couldn't. Don't do that. Don't get out. Do it today. Get what you need today. You have today to do it. Now's your chance. Do not mess around with this tomorrow. Okay? It's not worth it. And with the dangerously cold temperatures, makes it even more dangerous. Today, though, teens to start. Partly cloudy through the morning. Upper 20s by 11. Clouds increasing. Eventually, upper 30s, some low 40s. Early highs tomorrow into the low 20s and upper teens. Dropping back 0 or below. 11 on Wednesday. 8 below for the low. Bitterly cold temperatures. We don't start warming up until the weekend, but I do want to point out, too, take a look at next Wednesday. A week from when we get this incredible amount of snow, we're going to be almost 60 degrees for our highs. That's the weather in the 4 states. We'll be back with more right after this. Riders on a train car are being praised for coming together to help a pregnant woman deliver a newborn on a crowded New York subway line. Jeremy Roth has today's Take a Look at This.
If there was a top 10 list of places one wouldn't want to give birth, I'm guessing a crowded New York City subway train would be right up there. But that's exactly what happened recently on a train in Midtown Manhattan. According to WABC, bystanders sprang into action after a woman began yelling for help and aided her in delivering a baby girl while the train was stopped at the 34th Street station, with one bystander reportedly using a pocket knife to cut the umbilical cord. WABC said the mother and newborn were later transferred to a nearby hospital and are in good condition. Eyewitnesses say they were moved by the sense of community on display. Social media users were more direct, saying this little miracle on 34th Street was born with New York street cred baked right in. Another dramatic train incident, this one caught on cam in Utah when a driver who was reportedly hit from behind gets caught in front of a lowered crossing arm trapping their vehicle partially in the path of a speeding train. With only moments to spare, the driver was able to escape the vehicle unharmed, but the vehicle itself was not so lucky. Finally, no trains in this last one, but it was extensive training that led a rescue drone operator to find a puppy missing for more than a day in snowy upstate New York. Retired cop Chad Tavernia, who runs a lost pet drone search biz, used his skills and thermal imaging to locate the freezing pup and direct rescuers to it on the ground. After some gentle coaxing, the dog was collected and safely reunited with its family.
You got her! You got her, buddy!
And it's all thanks to this aerial pet detective, a real ace. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
Certainly incredible being able to find that puppy, and that baby born on the subway really will be the most New York child ever. We'll be right back. Well, love was definitely in the air. What better time to say your I do's than on Valentine's Day? And that's what 30 couples in South Florida did. Couples wearing whites, blacks, reds, pinks, and a number of other colors took part in a free group wedding at the Palm Beach County Clerk's Office Friday. This is the 12th year that the Clerk's Office has offered the free Valentine's Day group wedding. And love was also in the air at the Brookfield Zoo in Chicago. Zookeepers fed the animals special Valentine's Day treats. Whirl, the Amur tiger, Kartik, the sloth bear, and Malaya, the snow leopard, got meat inside of their boxes of chocolate. Gray seals and California sea lions were given Be Mine unflavored gelatin in the shape of a heart. And Sasha, the Amur leopard, got a bouquet of treats. The zoo staff says they regularly provide the animals with a variety of foods and enrichment to improve their experiences. And of course, you are awesome. Definitely true, because these are very awesome animals. You know what else is awesome? The fact that, again, it's just so amazing. I'm not going to ever get over this in my life, how much this scene is going to be different in 24 hours, how different this is going to be. All right, teens to start, partly cloudy through the morning, upper 20s by 11. We head into the afternoon, chilly today, below normal, upper 30s, low 40s, clouds increasing with that east breeze at 5 to 10. Cloudy through the evening, eventually back into the upper teens tonight. Northeast winds pick up, gusting to 25. Snow begins after midnight out there. Alert day Tuesday, low 20s, upper teens to start. Temperatures dropping on Tuesday. That's why we have those cold weather alerts. Dangerously cold, do not travel. Dangerous to travel, if not impossible, as we head into Wednesday. Very cold temperatures. Won't see anything warmer until this weekend, and that's when we might get some melting done. We'll be back with more right after this.